Los Santos, city of dreams, money, and crime. A place where the streets are ruled by gangs, corrupt cops, and ruthless criminals. 5 years ago, Carl C.J. Johnson left this place behind after his brother blamed him for their little brother's death. He wanted to escape the chaos, but some places never let you go. Now it's 1992 and C.J. is back. His mother has been murdered. His gang, Grove Street Families, is in shambles, and the streets he once called home are now overrun by rival gangs. But C.J. isn't just here to pay respects. He's here to take back what was lost, to rebuild his family's name, and to survive in a city where loyalty is rare and betrayal is always around the corner. Carl C.J. Johnson, the main man himself, C.J. is smart, streetwise, and determined. He starts as just another guy trying to find his place, but by the end of his journey, he becomes one of the most powerful figures in Los Santos. From gangbanging in the hood to running high-stakes heists in Las Venturas, C.J. is proof that you either adapt or get left behind. Sweet Johnson, C.J.'s older brother and the heart of the Grove Street Families. Unlike C.J., Sweet never left the hood. He stayed and fought, watching as their gang fell apart. He's tough, loyal, and always puts the gang first, even if it means clashing with C.J. over what's best for Grove Street. Big Smoke, a longtime friend of C.J. and Sweet, Big Smoke is charismatic, always talking about the bigger picture. At first, he seems like he wants to help bring Grove Street back to power, but as time goes on, his true ambitions are revealed. Power, money, and a seat at the table with the real shot callers of the city. Ryder, loud, unpredictable, and always ready for action, Ryder is a childhood friend of C.J.'s who never backs down from a fight. He talks big, but deep down, he might not be as loyal as he seems. Cesar Villalpando, leader of the Varios Los Aztecas and Kendall's boyfriend Cesar, is one of the few people C.J. can truly trust. Despite being from a rival gang, Cesar is smart, reliable, and helps C.J. uncover the betrayals happening right under his nose. Kendall Johnson, C.J. and Sweet's sister, Kendall is independent and refuses to let her brothers dictate her life. She believes in moving forward, and despite their protests, she's in love with Cesar. She's one of the few voices of reason in C.J.'s chaotic world. Officer Frank Tenpenny, a dirty cop and one of the most dangerous men in Los Santos. Tenpenny doesn't just enforce the law, he controls it. He manipulates gangs, runs shady operations, and makes sure that he always comes out on top. He sees C.J. as a tool to use and dispose of when convenient. Officer Eddie Pulaski, loyal to Tenpenny, Pulaski is just as corrupt but lacks the brains to be in charge. He enjoys his power and loves making people suffer, but without Tenpenny, he's nothing more than a thug with a badge. The truth? A hippie, a madman, or a genius? Maybe all three. The truth is an eccentric old man who drags C.J. into insane situations involving government secrets, alien conspiracies, and all sorts of wild schemes. Woozy Moo, Woozy, leader of the Mountain Cloud Triads. Woozy might be blind, but he sees more than most. He's intelligent, resourceful, and one of C.J.'s most trusted allies, helping him in the cutthroat world of Las Venturas. Mike Torino is more than just a drug smuggler. He's a government agent playing both sides. He knows everything about C.J. and uses that knowledge to push him into dangerous, high-stakes missions. The Ballas have taken over Grove Street, and their leader is the reason why. Cold, ruthless, and always 2 steps ahead, he's been working with corrupt cops and traitors to destroy Grove Street Families. The Vagos are a force in Los Santos, and their leader is a ruthless powerhouse. He wants total control and doesn't care how much blood has to be spilled to get it. Catalina, C.J.'s short-term lover and long-term nightmare. Catalina is violent, unpredictable, and only loyal to herself. After a wild relationship with C.J., she leaves him for Claude, GTA 3's protagonist, and becomes one of his biggest enemies. A ruthless enforcer for the Loco Syndicate, T-Bone Mendez is all about power and intimidation. He handles the cartel's dirty work in San Fierro, ensuring deals go through by any means necessary. Owner of the Pleasure Domes nightclub, Jizzy B is a flashy, manipulative pimp with deep ties to the Loco Syndicate. He uses charm and connections to push the cartel's business in San Fierro, but his arrogance makes him an easy target for CJ's plan. After countless betrayals, CJ finally takes back Los Santos. With the city in chaos, Officer Tenpenny tries to flee, but meets his fiery demise in a spectacular crash. Big Smoke's empire crumbles, the Ballas are pushed back, and Grove Street rises once more. But in Los Santos, nothing stays peaceful for long. CJ is back on top, but the game never really ends. As he walks away from his childhood home, one thing is clear. He's not the same man who left all those years ago.